Well, hi, everybody, and thanks for coming back to the Ascension Playground. This is your friend Ursie, and today I'm just doing this rather conversation with you and myself around what would it feel like and be like if there was a layer around the galactic and the ancient divinatory practice of the 22 major arcana held in the sacred decks of the Tarot. So this part is following up on the Fool. This was card number 0 in the Rider-Waite deck. Okay, so I am going to make a leap and just say, from what's coming through to me today in 2023, is this idea that, my gosh, if the Fool is to carry this idea of new beginnings, it's the card right above my head. It's when we enter in and we say, okay, yes, sign me up. I'm coming in with a beginner's mind, a beginner's heart. Teach me how I can go from soul essence into matter, into the third dense dimension, the density here. Let me play with this idea of duality consciousness, polarity, light and dark fighting or thrashing it out. You're on top. No, I'm on top. I'm the king. You're the, So this idea of let me experience this. This is what the 0 card of the major tarot deck says. So I'm going to leap and say, I'm just playing with the colors, and I see a lot of yellow in the Fool card. And I want to share the Galactic Heritage cards with you that were created by Lisa Royal Holt. Here we go. You can see I'm learning a lot through the guidebook just to see the stories. Lisa Royal Holt with illustrations by David Cow. So let's play this game. Let's see if there's a connection to the Fool and Lyra constellation. First of all, I went to Lisa's card deck. These are all of her cards on the past with Lyra. I'll read them out to you. You can see if you can start feeling the sense of, is this the Fool's card? Birth and expansion, number 13, okay? Seeds of polarity, new beginnings. Yes, arrogance. This is the soul trying to assert itself. This is me. This is not me. But it needs this idea of a certain amount of, this is who I am. And that might be perceived as arrogance. Yes, it's the masculine principle that says, I'm here. I want to live. Okay. It's not the one that goes back into the hole of the womb, but it says, I'm here. And then Lyra, number 11, pioneering spirit. Let me come in and experience and play this game, right? So with the card deck, this is just on Lyra. I read to you the past. Here are the present cards for Lyra. Courageousness, pushing the envelope, protectiveness. And for the future cards for Lyra in her card deck, it is complete surrender, natural humility, very interesting things to learn, generosity, and then self-observance. For me, each of those words basically says this is a new soul experience. I begin somewhere. I begin at 0. I'm not even on the timeline. I'm just holding this idea of this connection point. And if you enjoy Lisa's work, she has several books. The Prism of Lyra, I can't say enough about. It is foundational to understand how we've gone from source creator to the founders. Then right after the founders, it was Lyra as the genesis or the Garden of Eden, let's say, for this experiment within this system. Okay, so I also put a few little slides together to basically bring my wanderings home. And if you're listening to this and you have some very strong opinions about the Fool, could be carried in not just Lyra constellation, but there could be others. So if you're listening and you've enjoyed galactic astrology and want to share, add your thoughts into the comment line, please. So here we are, tracking to see, are there galactic connections to the 22 major arcana? We're opening up this great picture book of wisdom. And I'm here to say it's not just the wisdom of our earth incarnations, but it is our galactic journeying and cosmic soul journeying through so many other systems. Now, I've gone and I found an image from an artist named Vashta.com. These are some Lyran beings, right? You sense the white, the purity. This was that light that was shining from the sun in the tarot card of the Fool. Just a reminder that Uranus is linked to this beautiful beginning point, the seventh planet from the sun, and carrying the glyph of Aleph, the fire Hebrew letter, with air. All right. So I just wanted to bring that up in case you hadn't listened to my earlier one on the beginning of the Tarot Major Arcana. And here we are, just to put us, where's the sun, where's Uranus, and how this energy of perhaps this is the beginning point. You know, where do souls enter when they come into our solar system? Well, the Fool card carries Uranus. Maybe this is where many of us began. Here's a picture now of Lisa Royal Holt, beautiful. She spends her time between the United States and Japan, has a YouTube channel with some beautiful recordings. All right, so the Fool. And then in studying galactic heritage about Lyra, these were the lionesque people. So we start seeing lion images, humanoid hybrids, working with the pharaoh, holding an ankh, a key of life, with some hieroglyphs above it. So were these the star people from Lyra as our beginning point of all souls in this area? Okay, Lyra connected to Egypt, where the tarot is also connected to Thoth and its beginnings. So, did we all begin with the Fool? And is Lyra this base of where to begin? So, even if we just did the Fool card for our cosmology, our not just our human beingness or our soul beingness, but our whole creation beginning in Lyra. So here is a picture of the harp or the lyre of the stars in the heavens, known as the Lyra constellation. What's channeled through Lisa is this is where we began our heritage. This is the cradle cosmologically of our beginnings. On Earth, we were told Mesopotamia, that whole cradle of civilization, was one point. Other times people said, no, we all originated from Africa. That is looking at just the earth. And I'm here to try and say, let's look broader. Lyra and the Fool. Again, look at all that beautiful yellow, beginning the sun's light. Vega is the strongest light or star, strongest, the brightest star in the Lyra constellation. And here is what's called the Lyra Ring Nebula. Now here's something so amazing. If you study the work of Julia Balaz and her galacticastrochart.com, where you get a free calculator and can look at your soul connections, if you have the Lyra Ring Nebula as a soul connection in your astrology, this also brings us back to this idea of a commitment to helping with the expansion and evolution of humanity. It's the ones that said, yes, I'll stay behind to help. So the Fool begins the journey, but this Lyra Ring Nebula, which almost looks like the eye of God with these beautiful flowers coming out from the center. So this Ring Nebula is a commitment to what we used to call the karmic wheel, the cycle of trying to learn by experiencing how to get lighter, how to let go, forgive, have more gratitude, and expand into this eternal, more galactic perspective of ourself as a super consciousness. And I shouldn't even say as a singular, but as a collective. So here we are. Can you make this leap and connection? Right? The little dog is saying, "Watch out," or it's saying, "Yes, keep going." Here we go. So, and this is not going to be too long of a little chat, but this is again my musings. It's the lion people from Lyra. Recently on Ancient Aliens, William Henry, whom I adore, was talking about the lion people coming back in a big way, especially around ancient Egypt and the Sphinx, etc. So this idea of if you connect with lion, look at that golden light, again echoing the yellow, strong predominance of yellow on the Fool's card. Connecting to Egypt, connecting to lion, connecting to the felines. Now, we also know that Lyra is pretty diverse when you start studying its heritage, that yes, the blue avian, these are the birds people, the hybrids. We also have a lot of other variations. The blue from Vega, deeply and strongly connected to the divine feminine. So the Lyra male principle went out and asserted, and the Vegan Lyran feminine said, I can find all my answers, thank you very much, from within myself. So you had that I assert out and I go within. So that's part of the Lyra civilization and journey. Interesting. Do you think that you can see this little baby, right? The new beginnings connected to the cradle of our system's consciousness, soul's journeying through Lyra? Interesting. Anyway, just wanted to keep this short. It's if you find another galactic connection that you think mirrors or echoes some of the Fool, again, make a comment below. We'll see you next time as I kind of go next to the Magician. This has a strong, this is the number one number for the second major arcana card, and that's got Mercury written all over it. So start thinking about, of the 22 major arcana, are you seeing any connections to the galactic as we look and are experiencing more about what our heritage through the cosmos really means? All right. Take care, and we'll see you next time on the Ascension Playground. Bye, friends.